Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Jason from New York, USA. Down here with the good people at Stem Cells Colombia, checking in with them. I actually had my procedure roughly 8 weeks ago, actually 8 weeks ago yesterday. I had a 50 million stem cell injection in each hip. I was dealing with a bilateral labrum tear in my hips, which was a real pain in the butt. You know, I saw a number of specialists in the States, and they would just take x-rays telling me everything was okay, I should stretch. Couldn't get an answer for quite a while. It took a year, actually. I happened to be in Thailand and pay out of my own pocket for an MRI there because I knew something was wrong more than the doctors in the States were able to find or were even look for, honestly. So after I found out that I did have the bilateral tear, I went through the surgical process in the States. I had the right one done in November 2023. Everything seemed to progress nicely, but then I had the second one done, left one done in May 2024, and sometime shortly thereafter in June, I realized it didn't heal correctly, and it tore or retore even. So I was dealing with a situation of, what am I going to do next? Am I going to go through the traumatic process of another surgery, the time-consuming cost of it all, how it wears on you mentally and of course physically as well. And then I stumbled upon the idea of stem cells, and I started doing some research. Now I'm here in Colombia again. Again, my procedure was 8 weeks ago, but I love Colombia. I come to Medellín, where I am today, 2 or 3 times a year anyway. So when I started to look up where the best places in the world to do stem cell treatment was, and found out, much to my delight, that it was Colombia was one of the top countries, and even more specifically Medellín, one of my favorite cities in the world. Let me touch on that quickly, because I know a lot of people in America think, Colombia, they think piles of cocaine and machine guns is all it is. But Medellín is such a beautiful city. It's wonderful. The people are friendly. The climate's perfect almost year round. So I come here a lot anyways. So when I found out that this clinic was available to get stem cells was available in Colombia, I was very excited. So I started researching, and what I did was I set up appointments with roughly 8 to 10 different clinics here in Colombia and talked to each of them, because it was a learning process for me. I knew almost nothing about stem cells coming into it. All I knew was what I saw on podcasts from professional athletes or other people who've come down here. But everybody pretty much across the board said it was a miracle. They had wonderful treatment, all this stuff. So obviously my antenna was up and I was interested at that point. So I reached out to a number of clinics, and I set up a number of virtual conference calls, and one of the first ones, actually the first one I spoke to, was Mia here at Stem Cells, and she was so knowledgeable, caring, answered all of my questions, gave me a great vibe, and then I started to compare it, of course, with each other company, because I want to do my due diligence and see what would be the best fit for me. And based on the information I received, whether it was the level or quality of the stem cells, plus the number of stem cells, plus the cost, I felt like this was the way to go. So she put together a package. It was beautiful, and in some cases less than half of what some of the other companies were offering as far as the total cost. So, I took a leap of faith coming with Stem Cells. I knew Stem Cells Colombia, I knew it was a newer company, but the vibe I got really made me feel comfortable. And now here I am, 8 weeks later. I can say from the beginning to the end, from the time they picked me up at the airport to taking me to a wonderful hotel to staying in this beautiful clinic. It's in the nicest part of Medellín, this beautiful shopping center where, hey, you have downtime, you can go shopping. There's a number of food options here. Every level, the nurses in here, the doctor is so caring. You can tell that they really want you to recover, whereas what I experienced, everything I experienced in the United States, was about volume, not outcome. They weren't so concerned about your outcome. They're concerned about how much volume and turnover they could get. But here, the nurses, from my hyperbaric chamber visits to the doctor using the ultrasound and the guided injection to the locations where I needed the stem cells, everybody has been perfect from top to bottom. And when I left here roughly 6.5 weeks ago, I had a beautiful experience top to bottom with everything, but I didn't know how the procedure would go at the end of the day, because I didn't know the efficacy of the stem cells at that point. But I can say here, 8 weeks, everything is feeling great. I no longer suffer from any of the discomfort that I was feeling regularly. Everything feels more connected and structurally sound. I'm walking smoother, and it's a process, of course. I'm only at 8 weeks, and from what I understand, 3 to 6 months is when you're going to get the most benefit or realize the most gain. So here I am at only 2 months, and I'll tell you, even since 5 weeks in, now I'm at 8 weeks. Even since 5 weeks in, I've been telling all my friends, if it never got any better from there, I would be so pleased with the overall process. And it just continues to get better and better every day. So I'll say from the bottom of my heart, I can't recommend Stem Cells Colombia enough. They do everything the right way. perfect 10 out of 10. I know it's a big jump for people looking at this, especially if you're coming from the States. We're used to this structured routine of the way to do things. But look, you don't have to be in pain. You don't have to go through endless surgeries. I know that's the environment I was in, wondering, am I going to have to do another surgery and another surgery, and it was weighing on me. But there are other options out there, and the Stem Cells Colombia makes it so easy. Pick you up at the airport, bring you to where you need to be, and the process, as I can say now, 8 weeks after, has been tremendous. I'm feeling wonderful, and I know it's just going to get better every day. And like I said, I'm back here visiting with them again and doing more hyperbaric chamber sessions because I know this process is a long time, and these stem cells will be working for up to a year. So, just taking care of myself. But that's my story. Hope everybody got a little information out of this, and best of luck in your journey. Thank you.